I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
Yeah, I'm going to do this though. Good evening, y'all. Yeah, I want to say on my last live stream, the one I was talking about, the FBA and ADOS and Pan African Food. Thank y'all for the donations. Okay, thank y'all for the donations. Wasn't expecting any donations, but here we are. You know, here's my Cash App. Since Re Idiots, I'm gonna talk about this real quick. Since Re Idiots on another website created a condition where I can be forever demonetized, that's why I'm doing this thing. And let me say this to this nigga. Thank you for changing my mind, because I saw you on Bomb Cherry's chat room. I saw you on Brown Ellie's chat room comment section, and I saw you over there at that so-called mafia chat room talk about this is gonna be the last year of Big J's channel. It says to you, to this Negro, I was planning on quitting YouTube. Okay, you should have just shut the fuck up. You should have just shut the hell up. I would just moved on. I'm going to go when I'm going to go, when I decide to go. You're not going to chase nobody off this bitch. In fact, that's why, I'm gonna talk to my closest supporters, because I'm going to talk to them offline, because, if you're going to do some whole ass shit to me, I'm talking to one of you niggas, I ain't gonna allow you to do that shit. Okay? But back to, I wish RBR, Real Brother Radio, was still here. after what happened the last 6 months, the last few 4 or 5 months, I wish RBR was still here. Okay, I wish he was still here because RBR warned you. I used to thought, even though I'm anti-Trump, there are some things that he said that if you listen to him, further and deeper, he's trying to convey something, even though he couldn't articulate it as well. And I think next month or this month, I think it's this month or next month is the 1 year anniversary of his passing away. I wish he was here. I really do. Wish RBR was here, but and because I'm talking about RBR, right? Some of you people who was his detractors, I'm going to sit here and say this straight up. Y'all are the real problem. Trump is not the problem. Trump is a symptom. Oh yes, Trump is creating all these problems around inside the country and outside this country. Donald Trump is causing a lot of these problems. But let me help you out real quick. We almost got ourselves in World War III. See, a lot of you people who claim to be for Trump, y'all don't listen to other news outside of the United States. See, America is a sick country. America's sick. And shout out to the channel called the Middle Nation channel. Go watch Middle Nation's channel. He just did a few minutes ago. This country is sick. Okay. And then we want to wave the red, white, and blue. We want to wave that American flag and say, God bless America. Do not sit there and say you are number one in the world when you have a class disparity, a middle class that does not exist anymore. Don't sit there and say we're number one in the world when you are not even. You're probably within the top 50. You're in the top 50 of the most happiest people on the planet. The American people are not a happy people. If you want to look at happiness, go look at Finland, Scandinavian nations. Go to the African countries that countries south of the equator, and you'll see people who are content and happy. America is not. How can America can be great when America is not happy? When the American people at large is not happy. You can't sit there and blame the Mexicans and the Chinese for fentanyl when we have a major problem with education. We have a major damn problem when it comes to mental health. We got idiots online talking about shame, blame, and explain. You got a race of men. I'm especially going to talk about white men and black men on this one. White men and black men spend most of their time, black men especially, spend most of their time on the internet around topics about shaming a bitch, blaming a hoe, and try to explain to a slut about their goddamn problems. SBE, shame, blame, and explain. and think that that's supposed to solve. Let me just blame Keisha, and let me just blame uh, Barbara over there. When the fact is, when you look at how you talk, how you speak, and where your mind is at, you don't need a woman. You need a psychologist. The only woman you need is not some hooker, not some prostitute, not some a woman on the streets, or somebody's preacher daughter. You don't deserve any woman except for a psychologist. That's the only woman you Negroes need to talk to is a psychologist. Y'all are a reason why Trump is president, because you can't stand women so damn much. And let me say this too: while you're over here talking about y'all over here talking about facts over feelings, conservatives love to use the term facts over feelings when you Negroes voted out of your feelings. Y'all voted for feelings over your feelings too. Don't act like it's just some liberal or some feminists voting out of their feelings. You are voting out of your feelings too. So stop the cap about facts over feelings. Niggas are dumb over here. And then we got some people. I'm gonna tell you what's the most dangerous group of people in the planet. I'm gonna tell you what the dangerous groups of people I can't stand. Now, one thing is the red pill and the manosphere types. The other group is the evangelical community. Okay? The evangelical community is just as trifling, and they actually almost started a world war because they're trying to force the second coming, which is also blasphemy for y'all trying to force Jesus to come back. And some of y'all talking about, yeah, I voted for Trump because of Jesus. Who told you that? Y'all voted because God tell you, as if though other people, as if other people, what's going on, Pierre? What's going on? Let me say hello to my co-host. What's going on, Pierre? But back to the point. How can you, as if Reverend Barber with his fat ass, as if every other black preacher is not a Democrat, or there's no such thing as liberal Christians, yet you gonna tell people that real Christians voted for Donald Trump? What's going on, man of tomorrow? Yeah, exactly, Pierre. Yeah, going on, man. What's up, man? Tomorrow. You know, I wish RBR was still here. You know, y'all trying to use God to justify your reason to vote for Donald Trump. Donald Trump just spit on the Constitution. I'm gonna say something too on that alligator Alcatraz thing. Now, for y'all to sit there and talk about the Constitution, the Constitution this, the Constitution that, I always ask y'all, do y'all ever read the Constitution? Because even having alligators outside of a prison wall as a moat surrounding prison, that also is unconstitutional. Big J, what are you talking about? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe y'all might want to read the 3rd, 4th, 5th Amendment of the Constitution. So, you know, y'all only care about the Constitution of the only amendments that y'all care about, which is the First Amendment, which y'all use the First Amendment to harass liberals, to harass and slander feminists. Y'all over there want to shame, blame, and explain. Y'all use the First Amendment in that, right? And then y'all talk about the Second Amendment as a way for y'all to cheerlead about the right to bear arms, when in reality, y'all not really carrying guns. Y'all just conversating for something that you don't have. See, I'm a gun owner. And I'm a Democrat. Yeah, I said it. I just rejoined the Democrat. Right. See, you see, man, tomorrow. I'm glad though you said that. Because it says cruel and unusual punishment. They forgot about that part of the Constitution. You want to have alligators out of a prison? And if somebody escaped, oh, that means somebody is either getting eaten up, getting maimed. That's cruel and unusual punishment. Why? Because a person came into this country illegally. Oh, we're going to put them in a prison. Instead of sending them home, sending them back, y'all want to sit there and punish them by, if they do escape, or the possibility of them getting maimed by an alligator or a crocodile. But yet people over there making memes and think, oh, triggered. No, nigga. Oh yeah, wait for that to happen, Pierre. I'm waiting for that too. I'm waiting for that to happen, because let me tell you something. There's that video. I did a video years ago, and I played the clip of Donald Trump favoring red flag laws. He was also favoring, wait until, and I'm gonna tell you something. We did have a shooting at a church in Kentucky. Kentucky just had a shooting at a church where only 2 people got killed, because Kentucky is a friendly Second Amendment state where he did not last long, but the shooter who's coming there trying to kill everybody did not last long, because they got him before he got the rest of everybody. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Yeah, come here to work for profit. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Hold on. Right. Again, man of tomorrow. They came here to work for-profit corporations. Then they get caught. And then you're going to put them in a prison cell. And then surrounding them is gators. And God knows what else is in that malt. I wish RBR was still. And then we're going to talk about the Epstein files. Wait a minute. Now, I ain't saying nothing about the Epstein files. I'm not gonna touch it. Nope, I'm not gonna touch it. Cause I'm gonna tell you why. Everybody who's talking about the Epstein files, y'all don't care about those girls, and probably possibly some boys over there in that island. Y'all probably don't even care about that shit. The Epstein files are nothing more than a political football at this point. None of y'all give 2 flying fucks. Pam Bondi is not going to do a damn thing. Okay? So as well as the FBI. And then I'm looking at something. See, my interest is in outer space, right? I'm into astronomy. I have my own. I have 2-3 telescopes. I take my dates. Oh, well, let me shut up. To see the stars and shit. Let me shut up on that. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to. Anyway, you out there making love on the stars, love on. I'm sorry. The thing is, right? I'm joking, y'all. I'm joking on that. But the thing is, right? NASA is ran by a person who is a reality TV host. No scientist, no astronaut, just some bum from who is the Secretary of Transportation, by the way, who's taking over NASA. NASA is what? And now there is something coming into the solar system. There is a comet or some strange object. I don't know y'all if y'all know about this. There is a strange object entering into the solar system at 42 miles a second. Say it again, 42 miles a second, and it will get into the inner parts of the solar system around October and November of this year. So stay tuned to that. Hold on. You want the link? All right, hold on. Yeah. I'm gonna give Man of Tomorrow the link. I'm gonna give Man of Tomorrow the link here. I guess. So he got something that, he wants to say. I guess he got something to say. So here is the link. But I'm really getting really tired of you people. I'm especially talking about those people who believe in God and believe in Jesus, and then they talking about they vote for Donald Trump and they don't care what nothing else happens, long as Trump just piss you off. Come on. That's why I really don't want to talk to y'all anymore. I mean, it's no, it's like, huh? Y'all want to talk about the Constitution, but then y'all laughing at unconstitutional shit that's going on. Y'all only care about the shit that y'all only care about the First and Second Amendment. Y'all don't care about nothing else in that Constitution. Hell, some of y'all trying to get rid of the what is it, the 19th Amendment or the 20th Amendment and shit. Oh, here we go. What's going on, Man? Tomorrow?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on with
I
you?
did not know how many cowards there were within Black America until this dude got elected. It is mind blowing how much like unbothered white people that these black people wanted to be. The moment they can push this stuff off on another group of people without fighting at all, it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend of mine who worked in the VA 20 years after he was 5.5 years in the Air Force. And he don't even know whether he's going to have a job and not even allowed to retire. That's 25 years of this dude's life. I mean, he's been working for the federal government since like 1997. And none of this stuff would have ever been a thing for him if Donald Trump wouldn't have been elected. And you have so many black people who live in these liberal places all over the country who pretend that they was conservative the entire time. It is crazy. It is mind blowing.
Mm-hmm. Now, there is one narrative. I was going to do a video on this, Man of Tomorrow. How these black conservatives always talk about the black black cities have all the most crime, and it's always these Democrat led cities. Okay, then explain Baltimore. Then Baltimore crime went down 60% when what's his name took over as mayor. I forgot his name. And they always want to talk about Chicago. Chicago is more safe. It's safer than Omaha, Nebraska. And Omaha, Nebraska, up until 2 months ago, was run by a white conservative Republican woman, and that's Omaha, Nebraska. Crime was out the ass in Omaha, but nobody talking about what about Omaha. But it's always about Chicago.
Oh, Lincoln, Nebraska too.
Yeah, Lincoln. Yeah, Lincoln,
Out of
Nebraska.
sight.
Listen, I
Yeah.
did a video telling people where are the most violent crimes at Lincoln, Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska. What's that? Fresno, California. Ain't no niggas in Fresno. Where all the black people in Fresno? Nowhere. It's just whites and Asians.
Mansfield, Ohio. Lots of
Right,
places in West Virginia that fly under the radar. Lots of
right.
places in rural Pennsylvania that have multiple overdoses. Like a lot of people only want to complain about the people things as long as there's black people involved. No one concentrates on the
Right.
conservative ran states where black people live, like your Mississippi, your Alabama, your Arkansas, your actual Louisiana. No one concentrates on the infant mortality there. There, where I'm from in Mississippi, if you show up to the hospital, it's most likely you're going to die in that hospital. Delta
Hmm.
Regional Hospital kills most of the people who goes in there, even for simplistic things. You will die in that hospital.
Right.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
but all these
Uh-oh.
things are talking points.
DC's highest crime rate is 600 Pennsylvania. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh shit, yo, man, yo, yeah, yeah, man. I'm looking at the attorney general, and she tried to bypass the Epstein files, and I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm just gonna,
No, I mean,
I
she
ain't
did
gonna
the
say
whole
nothing.
no, she did the whole Men in Black pen thing right in front of people's faces. Like,
Well,
no,
it
there
doesn't
is no
exist.
Epstein files.
You know, yeah. Wait a minute, I
I
thought
mean,
there
but what you
was.
would
I
have
mean,
showed on there? Oh, what you would have showed on
it's
there
like,
is Bill Clinton and Donald Trump and most people who are powerful that are actually on that actual list. The guy died under some sketchy circumstances, and if you open up the can of worms, you got to go all the way. And it's just easier and less painful to just lie to people about it. They'll forget in a week.
it's kind of
They'll forget about it.
like when. It's kind of like when I asked this question, right? I keep asking, when Israel and America bomb Iran, right? They bombed that nuclear site, right? I asked the question, okay, where is um the ceasefire agreement? I strolled all over the internet trying to find. I went to the State Department website, Defense Department website. I went to the White House website. I went to the United Nations website. I went to the Israeli website. Hell, I trying to get up into the Iranian website to find it. I went to the Iraqis website trying to find this peace agreement, this ceasefire agreement. It doesn't even exist. That's why I asked, where is the ceasefire agreement?
No, I mean,
See,
but it's more
all
like
this,
a Iran don't retaliate agreement because Israel's not going to be held to any type of peace accord, no matter what it is, or where it is, or who it
mhm,
comes from. They're never going to follow it. I mean, because they
right?
kept building settlements no matter what. These people just decided, well, you know
Mm,
what, we're just going to commit ethnic cleansing in this area. And what are you going to be able to do about it? Absolutely nothing. But the same people who said that Israel was an actual big issue for them for the election, where did those people go? Where did they go?
yeah.
Nowhere to be found.
Hmm. Hmm. Nowhere. You know, they're all quiet, and then you got this idiot from the guy with the weird hair, Charlie Kirk, with his misshapen head, gonna blame the black fire chief in Austin for what happened down here uh in Hunt, Texas, and what's the other city? The campsite, right? I'm
Yeah, I
like,
mean, but that's
that's 100,
but that's a not adhering to an Army Corps of Engineers problem. That's not a fire chief problem. I mean, fire chiefs don't
right,
control the weather. No, a
right,
fire chief can't go condemn a camp. What are you talking about? Like, no.
and 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 then though they was in the camp 2 days before the flood.
Yes.
They was there 2 days before the flood, telling everybody it's safe. but everybody want to blame. You know, you see, I see what they're trying to do. They find the nearest black man nearby in Austin is 110
Toss them,
miles.
toss them right into the middle of the fray.
Right, right. Like the Austin fire chief. Austin is 110 miles away from where the flood at. So how the fuck? Oh, it's DEI, and you know it's DEI. We got to do something about it. How does he got to do? He's about 2-3 counties over. Now Texas is a big ass state, right? So he's about 2, 3, maybe 4 counties away. So what the fuck you talking about? DEI is the reason why them girls drown. As if though there was no black people who got killed, and you know there are black people who drowned up in that same storm, right? That same flood.
Not many, less than 7, but 7 is more than 0.
Right.
But it's still 200 people and 7. I mean, it's still bad. I mean, no, we had a levee break. We had like a huge flood in Mississippi that we built out levees like a quarter-mile high, and then we never had any more, levee breaks like that. But we had to take the Army Corps engineers' actual plans and actually implement them. Like, these things are plans that are implemented. Like, you probably could have spent a couple $1 million on a pump system or build some type of dam to stop that from happening. But, your conservative state, the conservative legislature, they don't want to spend money on that.
Right.
They don't want taxable income, so that way they have to do things for people outside of building the roads. They don't want any type of income to improve the lives of people. They just don't want that.
Pure Butterfly said, notice Trump didn't thank Mexico for their firefighters and professional divers to retrieve the bodies.
Didn't say anything.
No.
Didn't
say
say
a word.
Didn't thank him in no press conference.
Didn't say a word. And guess what? And Mexico was the first ones to send their squad over here. And I kept on thinking, I'm over here. I'm nearby the river, the Guadalupe River. I'm nearby it, right? I have not yet seen Iowa National Guard. I don't see no fucking National Guard from no Mississippi, no fucking National Guard from fucking Florida or Arkansas,
right there,
Louisiana. The same states that sent their National Guard to California to beat up on some illegals. Yep. You don't see them over there. You don't see them over here.
Nope.
Finkel said, in 2005, when the levees broke near New Orleans, at least George W. Bush accepted the Army Corps engineers blame. He blamed the previous administration, but he didn't pull the cosplay Barbie nonsense. Ooh.
Yeah, and once if he said a heck of a job, Brownie, that dude was gone the next day, out of there. That dude didn't stay. That dude was gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gonna have the cosplay Barbie and shit. Her ass over there, like, look. I think, man, she spent more money putting makeup on her damn face than actually doing her damn job. Cause I always see her just she putting makeup on her fucking face. Like, Heffa, can you please do your damn job? Yeah.
I mean, but they hamstringing how things work, and they don't understand that you actually need a federal government to actually disseminate federal funds and all that kind of stuff. We're not even in hurricane season yet. We're not even in tornado season yet. And if St. Louis or
St. Louis already got St. Louis got hit by a big ass tornado.
Yes, they did.
Last month. Tore up the north side up.
Yep.
Tore up the north
Black
side.
Community and a little bit of rich area. Yeah, I go through there a lot. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, But I just looking at that shit. Yeah, and guess what? You fire all the people from Noah is gone. Hey, and a doubt. How many people left NASA? 1,200. No, yeah, 12. I think it was 1,200, 1,500 people left NASA. NASA scientists quit their jobs in one day. Damn, they walked off the site. Shit, I gotta do a video on that. I gotta do a separate video on that. You know.
National Weather Service, who would be, handing down these alerts and all that kind of stuff. See, nobody's talking about the cuts to that department and all this stuff. And no one even cares. And it's like all the stuff they used to complain about. Remember, like in October of last year, you had all these white people actually lying about the lack of FEMA being on the ground when they clearly were. Nobody's worried about
Yeah.
FEMA right now. Nobody's worried about that. Right now, nobody's worried about that. And it's like, I'm sorry, but you just got to stop taking these people seriously. There will be 200 million people who will show up to the next election for 2028. I'm making a prediction right now. There will be 200 million people who show up to vote. 200 million.
I'm laughing at the fact that ever since the hurricane in the Carolinas, right? Every time the FEMA wasn't there, right? I'm using the FEMA thing. Notice though, nobody ain't talking about FEMA. Nobody ain't bringing up FEMA.
No one.
And didn't wasn't there like a mass people quit in mass at FEMA?
It was.
2-3 months ago. See, it's stupid. Nobody asking where all these people at.
But this is just where we're at. And I mean, you know what? I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. As soon as 2028 come around, you got to get conservatives out of government. You got to start kicking them out of earth. Because if the last guy was able to do it, then we should be able to do it. You better not get no type of government money, help, or assistance of no shape, form, or fashion. Your ass got to go. To include the military, your ass got to go.
Yeah, that rain that flooded the golf course where I used to work and broke a dam in the richest conservative town in North Carolina. NOAA and the National Weather Service mass those early retirements regulate. Yeah. So not, you know what? I hope that the next president will do some whole ass shit, which means kick Elon out of the country. Take away his citizenship first.
Well, you know what? Donald Trump could be getting around to doing that pretty soon. So yeah. I mean, but all these other things that are like happening. I mean, I knew these people were some cowards and some fools and some clowns, but I didn't know that it was going to go this far. Like people would be throwing themselves into thinking that they're conservative because the perceived suffering of federal employees, just coward shit. It just doesn't make any sense. Just because, they didn't have the education or the skill set to go work for the federal government, it is okay for these people to be suffering all this unneeded shit. Unbelievable.
But I'm waiting for after 2026. I'm waiting for that to happen. Now I believe that the Democrats are going to get the House. Republicans is going to keep the Senate, right? I want that. I want that blowback. I want to see that pushback that black
the pushback's going to be huge.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
And they're going to be the blame, and the Latino conservatives are going to be the people who go under the bus. That's when you're going to start seeing these people disappear from like TV and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the first time that white people have ever suffered immediately under somebody that they put in. Now, what conservatives don't understand is you were supposed to talk that game about how you're going to remove all these people and then not do it. Once you start removing all those people from government, like you have to understand, a lot of whites work for the government. Like they consider it unworthy when you black and you work for the government. They don't consider it all that unworthy when you white and work for the government. They don't.
Right. Hmm. But I'm just waiting for the Anton Daniels, the BGSs of the world, the Manosphere Negroes who come on Fox News and Fox Soul and do all that Trump shit. I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
them to catch that fade. I want them to catch that fade.
Rise of the
When
pathetics, man.
yeah,
Rise of
they
non-working class men who want to try to shift the blame to women when it's they dumbass who just didn't uh, come up to the actual standard of masculinity, and now they want to change masculinity from resource attainment to bitch complaint. Like, nah, man, dude, that shit ain't. And it's predatory too, because what they're trying to do is weaponize dumb niggas around. Give dumb niggas some cover from just not being dumb niggas and try to put it on the women that they don't have access to.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for that pushback. That pushback gonna be brutal. And I just want to know, do they ever like just like that just like that idiot the broke bros blues that that sorry ass nigga that Harvey Dent ass nigga. I want to know how he I wonder he was gonna do that
Cyclops.
the butt hurt blues. Yeah. I call
Yeah.
him Harvey Dent. I call him Harvey Dent. But the butt. I want to know if he is going to do the butt hurt blues in 2027
No,
because of the
no. I mean,
the
but you have
blowback's
to.
coming.
Yeah, but you have to look at these underperforming men who are stuck in these minuscule liberal areas in conservative states. They're just fucking losers. I mean, look at Indianapolis as a city. 90% Republican House, 90% Republican Senate, governor, the Supreme Court, all conservatives. How could you ever open your mouth about black women when there ain't a black woman in any type of office in that state? How do you try to shift shit to black women when you have a white male conservative problem within your state?
Oh, beat up ass. What's going on up here? Long time.
Oh,
What's
Can't
going on?
lie.
hey, man of
Did
tomorrow.
a
Hey, how's it going, miss?
did Harvey Super Bowl pass away? I ain't heard from Harvey Super Bowl in 6 years, 6 7 years. So I didn't I don't follow him anymore. I stopped following him after that whole Serena Williams thing with the whole when she crashed out and he was going off on her. I stopped following him then. So I don't know. There are a lot of people I unsub V-Dub, so I don't know. You know,
Just
and nobody
wanted
I'm
to
had
far
no
say,
better
interest in
off
either.
unsubbing from the people too rather than arguing with them. Like I don't have time to argue with, unless they get too out of hand. But at the end of the day, I mean, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make failed at things that they never should have tried the standard for masculinity, and that ain't fucking true. You're supposed to dodge all those things. I
can I
mean,
ask
stunt.
a
Oh, go ahead.
question?
So,
So
yeah.
I know that it's hopeful to think that we will be able to vote Trump out in 2028, but he is the epitome of a dictator. He has done so much dictator stuff. Everything he's done is trampled on the Constitution. So when it comes to 2028 and him being approved for a colossal ICE agenda bill, right, which is his own personal military and police state, I don't think we're going to get to 2028 and be able to vote him out. The only thing that I feel that can be done is for him to be impeached. And right now, you don't have anybody except for maybe two Republicans who are on board with him being impeached. Everybody else have been lining their pockets in the Senate and in Congress, and they're not going to let him be impeached, and he needs to be impeached. So how are we going to get to 2028?
Yeah, well, what you're referring to is all those billions of dollars that are going to Homeland Security that don't need that money. You
Right?
are correct. He's going to ramp up this Mexican removal spree to the point, and those people are going to quote unquote stay out there, so that way no one has access to the actual polls.
Yeah, but do you
I
know how many
do.
American citizens are being deported right now? Have been
Yes, a
detained?
lot of them. Yes, a
Okay.
lot of them.
So this is the
No,
start of all that. So everybody's on the chopping
yes,
block. Everybody is if you disagree with him, if you politically make statements against him, he's going to come after everybody that is against him.
I was just sent a video by Black Avenger where this guy who was in, I think it's New York, he
Hmm.
white. I'm talking about white.
Yep.
And this guy goes into Canada once every year, had a naturalized green card and everything for 30 some years. He's
Hmm.
illegal. Now he has to stay in Canada. Never had those problems before. And they're like, oh, it's because of this. I'm like, they are ramping up to do a mass removal of all kinds of people from this country. And
Yes.
he seems to think that, and I don't disagree with his logic of thinking it, but his practicality of it is bad. He really thinks that he can cover all the things that he's doing bad with just ramping up the fact of trying to kick people out the country.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what he's going to turn the volume up on.
he's also scared people from coming here. So when it comes to tourism, and I live in Las Vegas, and all of these casinos, they rely on tourism, not
Oh
unlike
yeah.
Florida, not unlike California, not unlike Chicago, not unlike New York. All these cities that he has been targeting or has been wanting to target are very much our tourism industries. Now, we already
Yes.
know that he's a petulant little fucking punk ass bitch boy, and he holds grudges. So when his casinos didn't do good, when his hotels didn't do good, he has a vendetta against any of those industries because all of his failed businesses. And so now he's going to make every one of these cities that are tourist industries collapse. That's what he's looking to do. In Las Vegas, we are getting mass layoffs in these casinos because nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to travel to the United States. We have a big problem, and I don't think Americans understand how big.
It's affecting the
It's
real
not
estate
bad
out there
enough.
too.
It's not bad enough that we hit the farmers, and now we don't have food that's being grown for American citizens. It's not bad enough that we have been deporting people that contribute billions of dollars into the
Yep.
United States fund, right? He purposefully is collapsing America
On purpose.
on purpose.
On purpose. None of this shit's needed. Like
No.
suspending people's green card and removing their legal status, not needed. I mean, you have people who work for the Pentagon who doesn't know, or when they come up to actually recertify, they're realizing that they don't even have legal status anymore. It was
Hmm.
removed by the president. And
That's
our actual Supreme Court coup, which actually kicked all this shit off by
oh,
letting
for
the
sure,
actual
for sure.
the actual the judiciary. You know, we're supposed to have three co-equal branches of government. You ain't supposed to have the judiciary who covers for the executive and kicks out the legislative branch. Like, that's a coup. That's what a coup looks like. And when you have the media who's sworn to secrecy, or else, you know, they'll get their license, all this kind of other stuff, and they're kind of letting them get away with it by settling, quote unquote, these large $1 million amounts of fake ass lawsuits to give them cover for not actually covering anything for Trump. I'm sorry, you have to separate entertainment journalism away from these large corporations, because these large corporations do not care about nothing but tax cuts, and
Hmm.
they don't give a damn about the
But
average everyday
they're
working
gonna
class
care.
citizen.
They're gonna care later because let me just say this: Trump is a very narcissistic, jealous-hearted person, and any corporation. So I saw the writing on the wall with Elon Musk and him because I saw
Oh
what he
yeah,
did to anybody else like his vice president the first term and everything he's done, he will go, he is very vengeful hearted. So he will go after people that he's jealous of. And he was jealous of Elon, right? Because Elon had all that money. Did Elon earn it on the up and up? No, he's a fucking crook too. However, he wanted to get Elon wound up in this shit to collapse his fucking business. And he got what he wanted. It's just Elon wasn't smart enough to see the fucking play.
Not at all.
But
So
I
we're
don't like
all in
what Eon. But I don't like what Eon did down here, right? Eon forced the Texas legislature down here to create a city. I don't know if you saw it. It's called Space City, Texas. They carved out a part of the county out, move all these people. Like you can't even. I tried to apply over there for SpaceX. They wouldn't allow nobody in there. The Mexicans that work down there, they couldn't get a job. The niggas over there, they can't get a job. He putting people in there. The people who are the city council and shit, they are only people that's been hired by him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a private sized city that shoot rockets in the air all day. And they
what's so crazy is I feel the reason why Trump has all of these neo-Nazis and these white supremacists following him so tough, and it's not because they don't care about the Constitution. They could give a fuck less. It's all about power, right? But I was looking at a picture of Trump's father, and why does Trump's father look so fucking goddamn close to Hitler? Is that his son? Is that his secret son? Because they look fucking identical.
No idea.
I'm not
know what
touched.
Trump's father
I
look
ain't
like.
gonna touch that. I'm not gonna
talking
touch.
about Elon's father.
Oh no.
Eon's
okay.
Oh yeah, Eon. Yeah, but Eon's father.
I'm sorry, not Elon. Sorry, not Elon's father. Sorry, not Elon's father. Trump's father, not Elon. Trump's father looks like Hitler in all the pictures. And I already know what Elon looks like. These dudes are reincarnated, a lot of them, from that time, from World War II, Hitler time. Like a lot of the commanders.
Long-term play is like, okay, so you piss off all these people, whites included. Like, for real, like, I don't understand the coalition of people who's going to vote for Trump in 2026. Who is that coalition of people?
Because he's planning on purging. If they successfully do birthright citizenship, it's gonna be like fruit of the poisonous tree. The whole thing, when I was saying they thought I was crazy because I was on here for the last few years when I was on YouTube saying, hey, for 2050 it was supposed to be in less than 50% white people in the country. They changed from 2040 to 2050. And that's why you got the bee control stuff and some abortion and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fear mongering. But if they do a purge and if they successfully challenge birthright citizenship, it's not just gonna be with them, it's gonna be like fruit of the poisonous tree. It will be every descendant that stem from them. So if your abuela came here in the 60s and she got 3 generations of grown people, they will purge all of those people that are considered U.S. citizens, which are considered voters. And once you take those out of the voting rolls, even if he don't say send them back, even if he say you'll be here, but you under some different status or something, I could foresee that because that's the only way they can get their percentages up is by deleting other people to increase their percentage to over 50, which they don't want it to be 50. They want it to be more than that.
Mm-hmm.
So, even when they were talking about slaves.
They don't respect paperwork. So I've heard a lot of people saying, well, I can track my lineage back to slave days and da-da-da-da. He doesn't give a fuck. You're talking about an administration that does not care. So you can track back paperwork all you want. It doesn't mean shit.
It only takes 34 states on the federal level to change this U.S. Constitution. It done been
Mhm.
changed 27 times. That's why they call them amendments. And it don't take nothing to change them back. And if he carried 31 states, and you know, he grabbed 3 more senators and reps from 3 more states, they could amend the Constitution and they could change it back so close to that. But you know, and it's 38 states on the state level it would take to do that. But people say, "Oh no, that will never happen." How many times we done heard unprecedented?
Okay.
How many times have we heard unprecedented?
Yep. You know, Koja,
That's why though I
you've
said,
been trying to tell people. Oops, sorry, go ahead, Big J.
yeah, that's why I said though the 14th Amendment should not be touched at all.
No.
And it's maddening to me. I hear people on social media, these these Field the Advice shows, the Phil Scotts of the world, the Tyreeks, talking about, oh, we need citizenship. We need to. I'm like, do y'all realize that y'all playing into their hands when y'all put this out here? When y'all put
Exactly.
this message out here, and try to use this brown versus black issue, knowing the fact though, and I use
shit don't make no sense.
It was a bunch of things that didn't make sense because when they was talking about out of wedlock births, and I'm like, I'm just gonna stick to the numbers. Like, 70% of Black people are born out of wedlock. So if you were to take that, and at that time we were somewhere between 33 million in the US, I say that would delete 7 million Black people for every, and only leave 3. So it was 40,000 of us. That will leave us with only 12 million Black people in the US, then 70. It's like, y'all want to delete people, but right now, even though they don't vote our way, those Haitian, etc., their descendants are counted in the Black US population.
Yeah.
They are.
My ex-husband is Haitian.
And they are counted in the children and stuff. So I'm like, even though it might be a good wake-up call if we get a second chance to do it, maybe they might say, you know what, I think I was voting wrong. Because I literally had, when I was pre-C19, taking stats, and there was a young kid in there. I can say kid, but he was, in the lab, and he was doing tutoring, and he was saying he was a Republican and this and that. I wonder where he at now. I wonder if he was even.
That's what I'm saying about who is this coalition that's gonna vote for this dude? And there's a lot of whites that's getting caught up in this immigration shit. A lot of them. Like a lot of these Canadians have been flying below the radar for a while.
One was unalived.
But look at the hypocrisy. Let me show you the hypocrisy. So even if they abolished or they got rid of the birthright citizenship thing, well, guess what? Trump is an anchor baby. He was born to a woman that was not a citizen, and when she got here,
how he get to be a
and
president because he was challenging.
Has a wife who's not,
and all of his kids are also anchor babies.
But how did he get to? You saying Trump mother wasn't a U.S. born citizen because it has to be 2 U.S. born citizens. So while he was up there challenging Obama, nobody never asked about his mammy.
No, because his mom was from Scotland. She's a European white woman.
But she's not U.S. born. That it has to be U.S.
And she wasn't a citizen when she had him.
But they could be citizens, but they still have to be U.S. born.
She wasn't even legal when she had him.
And ain't nobody going to the Supreme Court trying to get him out of there. Because I know the Supreme Court is what it is, but they need to keep that in their back pocket and go get him out and say, you should have never been eligible to run. I don't know how you did, but we're finna rectify this right now.
Oh, well, that's your white supremacy in America for you.
I mean, the vice president's wife is Indian. Like, this is why this shit doesn't make any sense for them to, at this point, to want to get rid of birthright citizenship. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
The hypocrisy is through the roof. Like, I don't understand why people don't have a fucking brain cell.
Because they only listen to people. They don't listen to people. Like, if I say, "Oh, you're a country bumpkin," you don't know what you're talking about. You're not on TV. You're not an attorney. You're not this. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you what, Koja, I bet you people better listen to you when it comes to the farming and doing gardens and things like that. this, they need to start listening, because the crops are going to dry up. These farmers have nobody to pick these crops and
And the
and send
farmers'
them.
white ass ain't gonna get their white ass out there and pick this shit either.
No,
Trust
they,
me. I do a
and
lot of shit in
if
farm
they do, it
country.
would be only for their families only.
They
Yes,
may not
and
even
let
know
me
how to plant it, to be truthful, because it's the immigrants that do all of the planting. They may
Yes.
not even know where to begin. They just stand out there, to be honest, like an overseer. They may not even know how to plant it.
No.
No, they don't. They don't know how to do shit, but get credit, get the actual equipment, and somebody else runs the entire operation.
Driving a tractor is not farming.
No.
Oh no. Oh
Mm-mm.
no.
That's
Like,
more than that.
like I
It's
do a
more
lot
than
of stuff
that.
for these nurseries and shit, and 99.9% of people there on that place is
Mm.
either white felons or significantly people who don't speak English.
Well, you
Wow.
heard the farmers. You heard the farmers in these segments saying that they've hired white men to do it, and they want to leave at lunchtime, and
Yeah.
they
Oh
can't
yeah.
keep up, and they can't make the money. So even if they had white men that wanted to do it, they are not. You know, that DEI they complain about. They are these white men don't got what it takes
They the
to do.
WEI.
Oh hell no. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
No.
I mean, it's been that way for a long time. I went like a couple of years ago. I was in the Domino's, and the white lady was working, the black boy was working, the Hispanic boy, and everybody was working. But the white boy was sitting up there twiddling his thumbs. They say, "Oh, I guess he was standing by the manager." I say, "Oh, I guess he's finna be the manager next." Because even when you go to the restaurants back in the day, the IHOPs and stuff, it was still white men. And for the most part, even if you went to schools, now in elementary school, it always be a bunch of women, bunch of bitches, teachers. How could there ever be a man that be over all of them? And that's how it was. You know, and for a long time they have coasted off the work of everybody else to the point that they have not become competent because they were allowed to be incompetent in a manager position. But I went to a nursery, Excalibur Nursery in Delray. And them people look like they were scared to look you in your eye. I'm like, are you slave?
Like down. So I heard that Trump is trying to get even seniors back to work for their Social Security, which they've already worked for, and they think they're going to get senior citizens out there picking produce. What the hell's wrong with this man?
No. Like they assume that everybody needs to be put to work, and you have to understand that you putting white people in work in the same sentence, and you putting white people in Medicaid and increased work requirements in the same sentence, and
It's
okay,
not.
okay.
They don't really realize that they never had these services, and there's a lot about the services I don't know about because I ain't qualified. But
Yeah.
some of these people are not even in any shape to work. Some of them get
No.
disability.
You know they don't
They
even
Well,
not
it's
care.
getting some.
not even just a disability, but he's actually trying to get senior citizens that have already put into the system, and they've already paid into the system, who are getting their Social Security and thinking that a lot of them are able-bodied to get out there and do the work that he thinks they should be doing.
He can't even do no work. His ass, when they had that G7 conference, he was riding around on a fucking golf cart.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. MOT dropped. What happened? Oh, never mind. Go ahead. He must be busy or something. But go ahead, ladies. Go ahead.
So I want to thank Bomb, because I feel like Bomb is doing a very huge and overtaking when it comes to trying to teach people how to do seedlings and garden and stuff, because we are really gonna be. I planted a whole bunch of fruit trees. Of course, I have like a little herb garden. But if stuff goes the way that I feel it might be going, I feel like we're all going to be in a world of hurt.
We are, because actually the United States has become very arrogant, because I'm gonna just name about 5 things that we cannot function without. We don't grow tea.
No.
We don't grow coffee. We don't
Chocolate.
grow chocolate. We don't grow vanilla, which means we can't even bake a cake or a cookie.
No.
And we don't grow black pepper, just to name those 5. And if they do this, whatever they talk about, some canal or whatever they trying to do, reroute or whatever, and we go on the embargo, we don't even grow food. Florida, South Florida used to be the winter vegetable capital of the U.S. or something, because we be ramping up when everybody else coming down. You know, our broccolis and collard greens and stuff like that. So, but it's shrank. It shrank significantly because they started building houses on some of that land and stuff. So I went to the grocery store when I was at the Costco, you know, when we were boycotting. And I'm like, look at the stickers on your food. Look at the stickers. You're not gonna have too much that's made in the United States, but the lettuce.
Nope.
And so what they think gonna happen if you done pissed all these people off?
And just think about this, because I was thinking about this. So when these farmers go under and they can't keep their farms afloat, right? And then they get repoed on their land. Somebody said that Vance has got some kind of
company.
Yes, that they go in and buy all these farmlands and make it corporate farmlands. But even if they buy all this farmland and make it corporate farmlands, who's going to farm it for them?
Prisoners.
There you go.
Because I don't know, they say they got people picking cotton in Texas. That man came on YouTube or whatever he was saying. He picked cotton in Texas. I know here in Florida, they do go out there and they work on the farms and stuff. And when they was first talking about deporting people a while ago, somebody in the neighborhood, you know, that Next app, you know what I'm talking about? That app called Next.
Yeah,
I
know you're talking about.
They was circulating something with some inmate, you know, some people in orange jumpsuits. They had the black one, the brown one, and everything, but the overseer, the officer, I'm guessing, was white. And they were circling like, oh, that's a great alternative, and this is that's a great use and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's what they plan was, which, you know, we already knew.
I gotta tell people that are listening, right now is the time to go and buy black beans, pinto beans, northern beans, and all these different things, because let me tell you, in a pinch, you'll survive. And right now, if you don't have things bought up, stored up like those things, we're in trouble. Everybody's in trouble. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be rioting the streets.
The Koch brothers been slowly amassing a fertilizer monopoly.
Wow.
I ain't really care about the Koch brothers getting no damn fertilizer monopoly. I piss out fertilizer every day.
Right. See, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that the Koch brothers was taking over was monopolizing the
Go look
fertilizer.
Oh,
yeah, really?
Baby.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Okay. You know, I do know that they had their hands in our food and everything else, but I didn't know they had, you know, when it comes to fertilizer.
Yeah. Well, I don't think a lot of people compost or even know how to compost things either. And do most people in suburbs and inner cities, is there a place to compost? Because we really don't have that. You know what I mean?
Get you a couple rabbits. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Get you a couple rabbits. It's the cold fertilizer.
Yeah, rabbit is good. It's good for fertilizer. Rabbits and sheep.
I haven't tried. But it goes straight to the plant. It don't have to be composted or anything.
Wow.
No,
So you just give them scraps of like lettuce and things like that, and then just let them.
Yeah.
Then it's a whatchamacallit food too. It's Oh,
Yeah,
survival food.
my niece did that. She had a rabbit, and yeah, that's all it did. I had to clean that shit out because she was in school a lot. That's all I had to do, clean all that manure out of there. Yeah, it'll pile up. You know, it'll enrich that soil. It does. Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, I
so
live in Vegas. All I have in my backyard is rocks. Okay, because we can't have a lot of water running to make a green lawn or whatever. So all I have is things in pots, and I
yeah.
planted a bunch of fruit trees, and I feel like I need to plant like an apple tree and possibly a tree of nuts, because we're going to be in a world of trouble. I'm not even going to lie. I'm actually scared for people.
Well, duckweed. Duckweed, I haven't grown it. I just read about it, but it's I always say we could use it for I don't know why they're using soy, but duckweed grow in still water, still fresh water. That means you can reproduce it in a pool or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to have a high protein content similar to soy, and it can be edible.
Well, I know that wheat berries, you can do a wheat berry too. And just like in like a paper towel with some water and stuff.
And so yeah. I don't know. This probably make us go to a different type of living.
Wow.
I mean, because the way there is a way that you could undo what they're doing, because when you got a warehouse full of products, it's still just junk if ain't no buyer. And people could literally remind them, but it would have to be a sustained impact. We should only be buying minimum of what we have to, and we should be bartering everything for the rest. And you can have all the junk you want. You can put all the monopoly on whatever, but it's still gonna be just a warehouse full of junk if ain't no demand for it.
And like with Mason said in the chat room, talking about she got 3 apple trees. I haven't seen one apple yet in 4 years.
I mean, I read her comment. She was right, because if you got a small garden, it's not going to sustain a whole family. I mean, you might get a little bit of here and a little bit of there to cut costs for groceries, but she's not wrong when she said it's not sustainable. You're not going to live your full life of eating off of your garden.
I mean,
no, you won't.
Depend on what I was on 0.28 of an acre, and I ain't even had all of it planted, but I was taking like 65-gallon trash bags of collard greens to work. Ain't nobody want them because don't nobody cook like that. But you have to kind of get with other people and like, hey, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna grow this here. You grow A, B, and C. I don't need to be growing A, B, and C. You growing A, B, and C, and the next person growing A, B, and C.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna swap off with you.
And I think because of I think because people live in different locations and the geography is different. I think people need to learn how to do canning, because because I have a peach tree and a pear tree.
I mean, I
ain't
have
seen
a
no
big
peaches and
canner. I
pears
used to can. I
for
got rid of all my canning bottles and stuff. Like, it takes a lot of space to do canning though. And in order to have the food supply you need, you would have to take a whole bedroom out of your house and make it a whole canning room for you, because how you ain't going to sustain yourself on. Majority of people don't even have that type of space. The majority of people living in apartments and things like that, there's no way that they could can food like that.
And
right
when CB hit, it hit. And I was like, I'm just gonna buy me some bacon. If I need me some bacon, I'm gonna eat these collard greens and stuff out there in the yard. That's what I'm gonna eat me these okra.
Yeah.
Because everywhere can't grow food year round.
No.
And there's some places that can. It's like, I was like, no, I'm not leaving Florida. I like, that's why I'm staying in Florida. I can grow food all year round. And stuff. So But I think we should really be conserving resources and bartering with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way you could impact them. If they think that they hold all the cards, they forget that it's, you think,
Well, you got a lot of these white supremacists that have bunkers. They have they've been doing this prepping stuff for,
Mhm.
and they think that nothing is going to touch them. They don't. They truly don't think that they're touchable.
They head on the chopping block too because they make good prisoners also. They forget that they in the prison system too.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, this country, if you go back in history far enough, it was never made for poor white men to even vote either.
No. And Trump is an elitist, although he has no reason to feel like it.
Trump.
I'm just. I ain't gonna say no names, right? But there's this one person who's a Trump supporter. I'm just looking at him like, you don't see what's going on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't, you're laughing at liberals. You're trying to make these quote unquote liberals triggered and shit. Yet you don't understand what everybody's triggering about. If somebody says it's gang, fuck the due process, fuck the Constitution, fuck this, and y'all thinking this is a meme, an internet meme type thing. Y'all ain't
Yeah.
taking this shit serious.
No,
because
we really
those same things that are happening to other people, you're the next, and then there's other people next after you.
Have y'all seen the videos on YouTube of the white people getting stopped?
Yeah.
And
No.
rights are they're here, they're there, and they should really look at them. Because it's not just us, but us is just for publicized to give others the false security that it's not them, but it's an erosion of rights across the board,
Yeah.
which we've been letting a lot of things go by that we wasn't able to put together. For example, Philando Castillo, it should have never been acceptable for those police to do that, because when they pull us, they already know who the car registered to when they pull us. So when he went there and he has the ID of this man and it's matching with the car, he knows that this man is not a criminal. There was no reason to be pulling no gun and feeling threatened because, like I say, 99% of the people in the United States do not have a violent history.
No.
So it's no reason for you to be pulling out on people like that right there when you absolutely done already confirmed that they don't have a violent history there. And they
want to provoke you to the point where you feel so unsafe that you have to resort to some type of violence. That's what they're trying to do, is the provoking.
They have made almost everything. These states are doing the laws in such a way that almost everything is a reason to get you to surrender your ID and all of that, which I tell people under Florida, and I want to say Texas, have citizen initiated state constitutional amendments. I don't think people see how far that impacts our federal elections. These are the people that set the maps for the voter rolls, that gerrymander the state. So when it's like, oh, it's just on state. No, they both play a part. When our
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and finish, because I might add on to what you're about to say.
When our judges' seats are rarely challenged. When they're open, that's where we get a lot of our judges, because the governor appoints them. So just like you could stack the U.S. Supreme Courts and federal courts, you can stack the state courts, and it does impact a lot of stuff, because when they talk about those rights, that these search and seizures, and they make these state laws, and it takes forever to go to challenge something in the federal courts. So that means you will have years of this. Like, we could do a state constitutional amendment that will absolutely make it a penalty for cops to not turn off their body cams, and one time is a suspension. You know, they only get 2 times, even if it's accident. We could make a law that we could make a state constitutional amendment that all police body cam footage is available online, so they know people got the ability to look all the time. We need to do one where these judges have less protection on the state level. It's like the reason we didn't know Kavanaugh had that significant history, because unless they find probable cause, which is a body of people that's selected by the governor, well, on the state level, it's the governor. He appoint people, the Florida bar, and different states do it. I think 18 states have the ability to do citizen-initiated state constitutional amendments. That means you bypass the legislature. I don't have to pay for play because it goes directly to the ballot. And if 60% of the people vote on it, it becomes almost a law. It's a state constitution, but it's basically a law.
Koja, since you brought this up, right now, remember you remember Sheila Jackson Lee died, right? The congresswoman, she died last year, and then she was succeeded by Mayor Sylvester Turner, who was the mayor of Houston, and he died right after the State of the Union. Okay, we're having a special election to elect a new person, right? Do you know that Donald Trump went to the governor of Texas and tell them, hey, do a redistricting, do a redistrict that congressional district? And I'm like, wait a minute, the redistrict is over with. Why you want to redraw the districts in the middle of the decade? Now it's 2025, so you're trying to redistrict all the Texas congressional districts right in the middle of the decade, when you're supposed to do that in 2030 and 2040. See, and then they try to use, well, it's a black, it's a DEI this district. Now, yes, the district is 95% black, right? No, it ain't 95, about 87, 88% black. Yeah.
I would really like to go and look at their jury pool. Now, this is not related, but I would really like to go and look and see what their jury pool looks like. If it's that black, I would really like to know if they ever had a white person that sat with an all-black jury. Just questionable.
Yeah,
I mean, this
you know what? You're right.
This would be how you pull the stats, and that's why we really do need these watchdog agencies. You really do need somebody that can sit there all day and pull these stats and put them together. But people don't want to pay for that. But it's absolutely needed, because that's how you check the patterns.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that I think they on that gang shit. They ain't trying to hear nothing about no constitution. It's just the whole, well, we're here, we got a bunch of goofy ass low class whites, doing this rah shit, thinking that, see, like the low class whites think they're part of the party. They think they're part of the they're part of the team. No, you're not. You're just cannon fodder.
They're not.
They're cannon fodder.
Because the people that support Trump, he looks at them in disgust. He doesn't have any respect for them.
He didn't even like his second wife, who had a southern accent. So he don't give a F about them yahoos. He didn't even like Marla Maples.
No.
And she was a Southern Belle, I guess, but she had an accent. But if I'm really wondering why I'm not seeing Democrats. Maybe I don't got cable TV. Right now, we need to be going saying, hey, these are the Senate seats that are up. These ones are Democrats, and these are the ones that are up in Republican districts, and these are the ones we need to flip. Hey, these are bills right here that I'm going to bring to the floor. We're going to bring to the floor on day one. That's going to neutralize this, and that. And they are not putting that message out. They're not going educating the people. And then we need a supermajority in both houses. We need a supermajority in both houses in order to do X, Y, and Z. In order to get you your food stamps back or your Medicaid back and stuff, we need to be over the purse. And these are the seats. This is how many seats we need. And we don't just need to be in, we need a super. So if you want your shit back, you better put us in office. And I don't see them saying it.
I don't know what's up with the Democratic Party. They failed in so many ways because I worked on the Kamala Harris campaign, and the Democratic Party only gave her a limited amount of funding for these people to go out and to, work door to door on her campaign. Now, we had over 75 canvassers when it came to the Democratic Party as a whole in the state of Nevada or Las Vegas, and just in our office, right? That were going on a daily basis, 75 canvassers daily for the Democrats, and that's just local Democrats. We're not even talking about the presidency, right? And
Yeah.
why did they skimp out and not want to put the funding in to get the canvassers out there to canvass?
I'm gonna tell you why.
We only had like 15 canvassers.
I'm gonna tell you why. I was with this group called, it was an offshoot of Now. Believe it, Now was not really open to women and mothers. The only thing they cared about was them studs. They didn't give a fuck about mothers because I guess they thought mothers like you portrayed the feminist code. But they had this group called Facts. You could Google it. And I would go to the meeting. I was like, hey, we need to do this. And they were supposed to do like court watches for family court. And I'm like, if you don't know the law, they're just pacifying you. Yeah, all nice ladies, old ladies, and sitting there by they're just pacifying you because they could be doing something in front of your face. But if you don't know the law, you're not going to catch it. And so I had made the suggestion that they become a nonprofit. I was like, hey, because we had a rich lady. I was like, because you could donate us some buses to go to Tallahassee and write it off on your taxes. So I told them they needed to become a nonprofit. I actually gave $200 towards it. My name is nowhere in none of the paperwork. Years later, I saw them. They were still shopping this thing around. I had created a parenting plan assessment tool, which, it's all of the standards, what they recommend judges do, and consolidated into a form to make sure judges do it. And I outlined, them bitches was shopping my stuff around about 5 or 6 years later. They could not stand. And it would be a white lady who would come there. She would hear everything I said on one meeting, and then she would come to the next meeting and recite it. And all of a sudden, it was such a good idea. I don't think Democrats want anybody, people of color, to be in a leadership role within the Democratic Congress and the Democratic Party.
Well, that's why they're failing right now. And because of that type of ideology is why we have the country we have right to this day, why we have a problem and why Trump got elected and all those things. So she could have won. She was super close. Had they put more money into her campaign, she would have won.
And it might be like a little Jesse, how Jesse Jackson, he ain't like Obama, because he like, what you mean? You got this new young man come out been here all this time, and y'all gonna let him come in? And so they might like, what you mean? I've been here all this time. If anybody supposed to be the president of the country, it's supposed to be me. So, sometimes people be feeling the type of way. I ain't saying it is, but I can see that.
Yeah. It looks like Kamala's gonna run for governor of California. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like now. And then I predicted.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Well, I'm gonna say this: stay tuned. Stay tuned for California. She about. I believe though she's about to do it. She's about to do it. She's just waiting. How
did you get that information?
okay, the poll numbers. They're actually releasing polls of who could be the next governor of California, and she's up on that poll list. And then though she told people in January or December last year, rather, she was telling them, she's keeping her options open. So I'm assuming that she's going to run for governor of California.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's what she's going to do. And I also believe that AOC and y'all been arguing me down. I don't know why y'all keep arguing me down on this. I'm gonna tell you this. It's gonna be AOC versus her in 28, and it's gonna be a white man. It's gonna be the nominee.
What, to run for president?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm going with Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine's not gonna run. She's not gonna run for president. It's gonna be AOC and Kamala going at it. Because
Jasmine's got that fire.
Jasmine, okay. Jasmine's not the person. I'm sorry. She's not the.
Why?
I'm sorry.
They're not gonna let her sit at a leadership role.
Yeah.
She actually was doing an interview.
Go ahead, Koja.
No, she was doing an interview with, I want to say, Jamal Bryan or something, and they kind of alluded to that. I don't think they're gonna. Number one, she's a new Congressperson, and two, they're not gonna let her be in no leadership role like that. She too new. They ain't gonna have a one Hakeem Jeffries.
Don't go for. Well, did you see Hakeem Jeffries? He was in the photo with all those Republicans when Netanyahu was in town and took a photo with Netanyahu. Why are you there with them and Netanyahu?
Well, I tell you why, because Jeffrey's trying to stop what's his name from becoming mayor of New York. What's his name? Yeah, because he's Muslim and because he calls out the Benjamin Netanyahu thing. Oh, it's anti-Semitic. It's anti. So Jeffries is trying to do this.
Let's be honest. I'm sorry. If you do the research, Israel, the state of Israel is not the Israel of the Bible described. They are the Canaanites, but they definitely aren't the Israelites.
They're not.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna try to say nothing.
Go back and look at the Bible. Go read the Bible. They're the Canaanites. Netanyahu is a Canaanite.
The Ashkenazi little hats. It was on here. Everything be coming up in my feed, and they went in and was doing their ancestry DNA or whatever, and it found out Eastern European. What they did, they said that, and how they say it happened is the Ashkenazi little hat people who had a really good reputation, and the people who came and became part of their community. And I don't want to say this word because I know it's not the politically correct word, but let's say they was grifters. You know, them other people whose names start with G, and they want to say, the Kim Kardashians probably.
The Armenians. The Armenians.
No, what they call them? They say it's a slur. I don't know. It's gypsies.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
they say they were. I'm saying they were kind of like those people. So they came and they saw the good reputation these original Ashkenazi little hat people, and they assimilated into their thing, and then they kind of took over.
Well, that's the same thing with calling somebody a Jew. They're basically calling themselves, who are Midianites, Jews, when Judah was black. Judah was a black tribe.
So that's kind of what they were saying, but I don't think they are. But I don't even think Trump them care or even like them people themselves. But they can't really say they godless. They can't really say that. So, but and that got a little bit of more proximity to whiteness than you saying they was over in Africa and Moses was black and all them people was black. That's a bridge too far, because if we have to go and say that, then we have to examine some other things of how black people have been treated and stuff. So they not.
Well, I don't see them as the real Jews. I'm sorry. These fake Christians for Trump can act like they are, but they're not. They are not. They are not the Jews of the Bible. Sorry, they're not Judah. They're not. I shouldn't say Jews. They're not Judah of the Bible.
And these Christians ain't no Christians. They ain't got no God. They godless. Because it's no way that you could treat people like that.
No.
And then have talk about God. I just don't see how you can do both.
No.
Just can't.
Yeah. So. Favoring you're favoring Palestinian mothers and children being shot and maimed and everything else. You know that. Huh?
No, why it came about because Abraham couldn't keep his peen in Sarah. I keep saying that what the Christian lady told me. Said if he would have kept his, say the U's and the M's, the J's and the M's ain't nothing but half sisters and half brothers.
And that's a fact.
They are.
Oh, see how and they be talking about Pilate. See what Pilate got? There'll be peace in the Middle East right now. If Abraham would have just kept his peen in Sarah.
But God did took Sarah's children and blessed them. Sarah. You know, he did.
And they the J's.
Well, I see it like this, Big J. Can I tell you how I see it? I see it like this.
Go ahead.
If oh my God, my brain went dead. What is her name that had
she was Ethiopian, but I can't think of her. You talking about the handmaiden?
Yeah, my brain went dead too. I was just about to say I can't think of the name. Sarah and Lord have mercy. Why can't it? I can see it in my eyeballs and can't say it out my tongue.
The Cushanite woman. The Cushanite woman.
What is her name? His
handmaid.
Yes,
Sarah
his handmaid. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because she was shielded when she went into the desert and was told that she was going to create with her son a mighty nation.
And so that's the M.
I consider that yes, it's the M. I consider that a blessing from that God. So clearly she was good enough to create that mighty nation with God. And why was that allowable if they're supposed to be not important? Why would that be allowable? Why would that be the blessing for her?
Yep. See, and I'll go back to the peen.
Okay. Why can't I think of her name? Oh my gosh.
It's not Couture. That was
no.
That was one.
I forgot her name. Though. Yeah, I know you.
It'll come to me as soon as I get off of here. Trust me.
But
what is her name?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. Just a minute. I have to because now my brain is not gonna allow me to walk off from that.
But you know, Trump don't know nothing about none of that. That man never even went to Sunday school.
Right, and then this whole issue of
Hagar.
Well,
Big J, it's Hagar.
Hagar, okay. Yeah, but in this whole idea though, because I mean I don't know if you watch that live stream I did when I talk about the Jewish population of Iran, and I was saying, okay, if there are 40,000 people within Iran that are of that faith, how come they're not being exterminated? Yeah, man, the Iranians, they want to exterminate the Jews. Okay, well, how come
let me just say this: as much as Netanyahu would like to do that, like she said, Hagar was the mother of Abraham's first seed.
Mm-hmm.
So it was given. She was given the blessings of God for that seed.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't want to be now one of them. I don't want to be no chosen people. Because I'm gonna eat me some pork. And the J's or the M's can't have no pork, so they can keep them titles.
Man, I want my bacon. I want my bacon bits with my croutons on my salad.
I don't eat pork, but it's not for religious reasons.
They can have the title. But if he think that he want to deport the black people back to Africa. I ain't read the end of the last, but that's when it's supposed to be. Ain't that supposed to set it off? You return us back to Africa and you see what happened on Egypt, Africa to Jerusalem.
Well, let me just say this. Can I tell you? Okay, so I believe in God, and I believe in everything that is happening right now is at the hands of God. At first, I was like, God, why would you let Trump be in office again? What is this all about? Like, why would you do it? Well, for one, he's portraying himself as the harlot of Revelation. He's the harlot. His regime is the harlot, and all these MAGAs that he's wrapped up in red are that beast. You know what I mean? They're the beast. So he's playing a role. He's playing all those roles. Okay. And I gave my friend this thing about the water, and people are looking at the water, and the water was what was rushing in the floods was so violent, right? But water scientifically picks up energy. I don't know if you know this, or if anybody knows this. But if you're calm, because we are over 75 to 80% water. That's what we're made up on. So just imagine that you're living with people with the energy in the country right now is highly violent and volatile. Water picks up that volatility. And what is happening is that energy of people has transferred into this water, in these water molecules. And this is what we have. It's deadly, hateful energy that's charging the water. When we are peaceful people, notice the water doesn't fall like that. Notice that you don't have that kind of catastrophe happening. But it's the energy in this country and it's going to be all over. It's not just going to be Texas. It's not just going to be New Mexico. And those are two states with two different people that are there. The votes were one for Trump and one was for Kamala. Both were hit with those kind of violent floods. We are going to suffer. So America's going to shake. Our foundation is shaking, and it's going to continue to shake.
It's long overdue. The United States have that man just stuck in the 80s. Y'all, I don't know, y'all younger than me. They had this thing called War Games. Trump is stuck in the 80s. His clothes stuck in the 80s. His hair stuck in the 80s. His whole mentality. He doesn't get that wrestling ain't real. He don't believe that wrestling not real.
He don't care about wrestling. You know why he did that? You know why he said that? Because he went to a wrestling match and they fucking cheered for him. He's a narcissist. So wherever he can get that energy with he you know what I'm saying? He is the megalomaniac narcissist, and they gave him that energy, and that's why he wants to do it on the lawns of the White House.
But people believe that wrestling real. They that dumb. They believe wrestling is real, and they mentality. They don't think. They just think. They don't think. They don't think.
Well, I mean, the fact that they think that Trump is the new coming Jesus Christ. I mean, dude, you don't read the Bible. That's for sure. These Christians don't actually read the Bible.
Did they really arrest those Hispanic people from Mexico that came to help with the flood?
Oh, I hope not. Did they?
They were saying that. I don't know. I just saw it. I don't got TV or news, but they were saying that they had arrested some of the Mexican people that came to assist with the searches.
Oh, if I would have known about, I would be hopping mad, cussing on this damn internet right now.
They were saying they did. So
I'm gonna go ahead and check it out after this live stream. And
those are firefighters and actual professional divers they sent.
If I found out if they got those Mexican rescue squad people, I'll go live in the morning, and I'll be ranting and raving. I'll be going off. I don't give a fuck,
I want to say, because I be scrolling a lot, but I want to say that they stopped the people, and then they were close to it where they stopped them. It was still people trapped in the house, or some. It was still some people that had needed it. But I be watching a lot of stuff, so I might be mixing some things up. So, especially
Oh, I hope
about in the
not.
morning.
I hope not.
Yeah, but
I feel like if that's the case, I feel like the Mexican president would have said something. Go ahead, Big J.
Yeah, because I be trying to pay attention, and I've been trying to pay attention though, and I can't keep up because, like I said, there was a shooting at that church in Lexington, Kentucky.
What about them people that
So somebody
stormed
shot
Texas? The ICE in Texas. Ain't some people help? Was it the ICE in Texas where them white people went and them try to take over?
I don't know about all that. It's too much going on. It's too much going on.
I want to say it was because it was on the news. 10 people. Recently.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed, and then I'm watching Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes had to sit down. That was an interesting interview. That was an interesting interview to watch. Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes joining forces. That shit.
Neither of them get a pass because they promoted Trump to get him in office, so they don't get a pass. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they can backtrack all day long.
They say search continues for 12th suspect in ambush at Alvarado ICE detention facility, and this was 3 days ago on ABC.
Hold on. He said, do you believe in cloud seeding? Yeah. Cloud seeding. Cloud seeding can only done when it's like it can't do like a massive scale like what happened because there was one guy got on the news. So yeah, man, we was cloud seeding because of the drought. Cloud seeding only works when it's only can work in a localized area. This what happened here, the storm clouds came from the Pacific because there is a hurricane on the other side of Mexico, on the Pacific side, on the west coast of Mexico, and it came over here. That's where the storm clouds came from. So that guy who got on that internet, I forgot what channel it was. He got on there talking about, yeah, we were seeing clouds and it started to flood. No, cloud seeding only works on if it's a cloud, one cloud. It doesn't affect a whole geographical location. So no. She said, yeah, Femi said, no, I didn't hear about that. Man, I saw that interview between Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens. I was about, well, y'all about to join forces. That shit was crazy. Yo, you're a racist. I don't like black people. I'm like, and you're sitting down just calmly while he's just, well, you know what? Candace.
The only time she turned against him is when he went after what's the name of that? Harvard.
Well, I missed the Priscilla and Candace debate.
Oh yeah,
the clip saw Priscilla chewed her up and spit her out.
That one was classic. That one was classic because she was talking about Priscilla and Candace. That one that happened like the next day or the day before her and Nick met up. I mean, Candace going all over the place, man. And then all of a sudden she said, well, anyway, yeah.
Well, she's going all over the place because Trump basically gave her ass the boot.
But it's not over. It's not over the Israel thing and the Harvard thing. It was over. It was something else that Trump did to her that she did that pissed her off. It was more than just the Harvard thing. It was something else. It was the Israel thing. Then it was, I want to say, was the election in 2020, and somehow though they were supposed to get her up on because I told people back then about 4 years ago, I said she might be the vice presidential candidate in 2024. And I think though they torpedoed that shit. I mean, because like she can be a viable candidate for 2024. Well, 2024 is past that, but I'm just saying back then I said that, but it didn't. Yeah,
She needs
she
to
said
stay
I didn't
home and
watch
be a
that one at all,
traditional
but
wife.
man,
She needs to stay
and
home and be a traditional
man,
wife. And
So
Priscilla.
Joe Rogan now is trying to backtrack as well. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these big podcasters are now trying to backtrack, but you got him into office. You basically are the cause of a lot of American suffering. They're the cause.
But I'm waiting. You know, and seeing Nick Fuentes trying to turn what's his name from Infowars, what's his name, you know, the guy
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. That one was comical, and I'm like, this guy Alex Jones is about 55 60 years old, something like that. He's in the 50s.
Alex
And
Jones is a grifter before we even knew what the word grifter was.
Right. And then seeing Nick Fuentes sitting there talking about, yeah, Alex, man, Trump is not for us, and then he's slowly turning Alex Jones against Trump. That shit was like
Did you see that
masterwork.
fake shit he did in his car? I'm gonna throw up. And his facial expressions, dude, you're a fucking grifter.
Right. Yeah.
This is physically making me nauseous. Oh my God.
Yeah, man, I'm laughing at that
think
shit.
Of Trump like the king in I can't think of his name in Esther. The king. Everybody talk about, well, Esther is only 2 books in the Bible named after women. Ruth and Esther.
Oh, wait a minute. Esther, who was Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it. So
yeah,
he was a fool. He couldn't even stand up to nobody. Everybody's like, oh, Vashti, she wasn't the queen. And Esther, no, Vashti knew her husband was a fool. That's why she was like, I'm not going out there with him and them drunk men. I'm not going out there and deal with them. So she didn't. But anybody who whispered in the king's ear, he could do whatever the last person said in his ear. And that's kind of how I see.
I mean, somebody did a movie on Esther from the Bible, how she married him, and she what she did, she whispered in his ear, and then he, I guess God, I think God came down and told him, listen, let the Israelites go, and and he allowed him to go, and then I forgot that was a good movie though, but I forgot what it's called though. I think it's.
Well, there's been a lot of times that God has told Israel to listen to women like Huldah and Deborah, and they were priestesses of the order, and were they listening? No.
But I don't think he was and that's how Trump is, and that's how a lot of the people who follow him are. They don't slow anything down. They don't do research. They just accept what he say.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the last podcaster that's going to still be on Trump is Anton. I think Anton is going to be the last one on the Trump plane. I think Anton.
I would just want to know about the manosphere, because the manosphere were thinking that only women were going to get cut off social programs and Social Security, and isn't BGS on Social Security? So when all these programs get cut, hold on one second. So when all these programs get cut, do they think that they're gonna not be affected?
Mm-hmm. They think they're not gonna be affected.
Hurt blues. No, hold on. Where is AB at? AB meeting with that. The butt hurt blues. What you gonna do? Yeah. You're right about that.
They thought way more women were on welfare, food stamps, and assistance, and it turns out there's a big old demographic of men on that stuff.
Mm-hmm. They had been there because Clinton Clinton made women, mothers, custodial parents have to volunteer 20 hours a week to receive benefits.
Yeah.
And they don't have that requirement for food stamps. I think that's for cash benefits, but I don't think they have that requirement for men and food stamps and stuff. So you had a lot of young people who have food stamps because they could say, I don't live with my mama, I'm homeless, or I stay here or there, and they will get, it used to be, I want to say like 125 or one something a month, and then it's increased, but now they don't work. And there was a bunch of them.
You know what?
Yeah,
Next time,
I just want to know when the men like Obsidian and BGS get kicked off of their welfare. I want to know how if it only affected women at that time. I want to hear about it.
I wonder if his chemist career. Let me shut up. Be just being a chemist. I wonder his chemist salary.
He's a chemist. What do you mean?
He got online one day and lied, telling everybody he was a chemist.
Somebody told me he had worked or used to work for, don't quote me, was it Grandmaster Troll? That he used to be a postal, he used to work at the US Postal Service.
No, he lied. He lied to Grandmaster Troll, telling him he was a chemist.
Yeah, but didn't he get doxxed and find out he used to work at the post office?
I forgot all about that. No, I don't think so, but I forgot all about that.
I could have sworn somebody said that.
You have to be really pathetic and really don't like yourself to just go and make up a whole background for yourself. You know what that confirms? My life ain't shit. I don't think my life is nothing that I got to go make something up.
Yeah, tell everybody he's a chemist.
Most people don't feel like they have to show their bank account, have to show all this stuff to be, because they just don't give a fuck. Like normal people don't give a fuck about how you feel about them. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have to make anything up because they just don't care. You know what I mean? But clearly, some people are ashamed of themselves. I don't know.
A lot of that's what I see, shame. But I gotta take my little butt to bed. I've been up all 48 hours from working last night and going out in the yard today, so I got to pack it in.
Have a good night. It was so nice talking to you.
All right, it was nice talking to y'all too, and I will see y'all. Y'all coming to TikTok. All right.
All right then. All right then.
I'm Cynthia Wheeler 7 on TikTok. All right.
Okay. All right then.
All right.
All right then. All right, you have a good one, dude. Kosher.
Big J, what you doing?
Well, I'm about to go eat, and then I'm about to check on somebody. So I'm gonna check on somebody. Somebody didn't come home, so I'm gonna drive to their house.
Oh, give me a call then, and let me know if everything's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that in a minute. So,
all right, Big J, thanks for having me up.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But thank you for coming on, Pierre. Thank you for coming on. So yeah.
No, thanks for having me up. Why do I never get to see the button on here when I'm on your panel? The buttons to get out of here? Your panel is the only panel I don't see a button to.
Click on your. You see those three dots? No. No. StreamYard changed it.
Okay. Because I don't know where it's at. Where's it at?
Okay. You see that little pink button at the bottom now? Because StreamYard changed everything now. Okay. She must have pressed it then. All right. Well, anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. Thank y'all for showing up. I gotta cut this short. I'm gonna check on somebody, and I'll see y'all next time, y'all. I might be live in the morning because I'm gonna talk about something else too, though. But anyway, like, share, subscribe, and go ahead and donate. Yes, go ahead and donate. Cause I'm broke. I'm tell you right now, I'm broke, y'all. I'm broke. I'll admit it to y'all. I'm broke. So anyway, no, let me say this period. Anyway, Let me jump off here. Oh, that was a self. Yeah, okay, yeah, like that pink. Yeah, StreamYard changed, Pierre. So I don't know what StreamYard's fucked up, and they changed the I don't know what you call it. You know, they rearrange some of the stuff around. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, you press that pink thing, you get out. Anyway, let me jump off of here. And thank y'all for showing up. And I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. Peace. Oh, and you know what? Never mind. I'll see y'all in the morning. I'm out.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.